Welcome back for another episode of Spectacular Magazine Shorts. I'm your host, Violet Allen. The North Carolina Theater will be presenting Dreamgirls at the Raleigh Memorial Theater, February 7th through the 12th. Joining me today is the Grammy-nominated and extremely talented actor playing Jimmy Early in Dreamgirls. Please welcome Saint Aubyn.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Saint. How are you doing today?
Look, it's been a glorious day. We are currently in tech, so we were gonna make it do what it do.
That's amazing. I love the North Carolina Theater, and I'm so excited to see the play.
Oh, you're gonna have a good time. Trust me
Yay.
and I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. I'm saying that because the entire cast is showing up and showing out.
That's great. I do have a few questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, my first question is, where are you from and where were you educated or trained?
Well, I am born and raised from Brooklyn, New York, and I was trained in Brooklyn, in Manhattan. I got some training at Purchase College. I got dance training at the Bedford-Stuyvesant Restoration Dance Theater in Brooklyn. And then through life, on stage, learning as I'm going and doing as I'm grooving.
That sounds amazing. And can you tell me a little bit more about what it was like for you growing up in Brooklyn and through your education and through your training?
Oh my goodness. Growing up in Brooklyn, as I've gotten older, I've realized how special, I've always realized how special it is, because I don't want to say was, because I'm still living in Brooklyn. But I am of a Caribbean descent. Both of my parents are from Guyana, so I also carry that with me. And I'm blessed to be in a space living in Brooklyn where all I have to do is walk down the 2 blocks and I can feel the community of my Caribbean culture around me. So having that and having the opportunity to smell the food, hear the sounds, see people that look like me, really helped me and rooted me in who I am and who I have grown and continue to be. For my upbringing in the performing arts, my parents always facilitated in me making sure that I had opportunities to perform, because they realized at a young age that I just loved to dance, because I started off as a dancer. So they said, okay, well, we're going to facilitate that and just give him the necessary training that we feel he is going to need later on in life. And, I must give, as we say in the Caribbean culture, big ups to my parents, because they never forced me to be in this industry. They allowed me and gave me the opportunities that would help and assist me, but they never became what some folks would say stage parents. But if anything was happening, they heard me and they listened. And then, as good parents would do, they, come up to the theater or see what's happening, see what's going on, and just make sure that my child is in a safe environment. And so I have been blessed to be able to go to, whether it is my academic schools, all of my academic schools had some type of performing arts quality in it. So I have been able to have that throughout my child upbringing, and through my adult life. I still to this day train. I still believe in learning and growing, because I feel once you stop growing, you stop learning. And once you stop learning, then you ain't got nothing else to do. So I believe in always excelling and going beyond in this business of show instead of show business. It is show business, but at the end of the day, you got to handle your business before the show.
That's right. Now, can you tell me more about some of the other plays that you've been in?
So yeah, I was involved in the Carole King musical. It's called Beautiful, the Carole King Musical. And then I was also involved in the Life and Times of the Temptations. Ain't Too Proud, the Life and Times of the Temptations. And to be part of the Motown family is one of my favorite words that I like to use. It's truly a glorious partnership, a glorious entity to be a part of, because that is, the type of music that I grew up on, it. My parents grew up on, and my parents made sure that I heard music, Motown music, soul music, funk music, all kinds of music, but specifically music that reflected our people. So I'm very grateful to have been part of that. And also, I want to say that today is Dennis Edwards' birthday. So today we want to just, he's no longer with us. And that is the character that I portrayed in the Temptations musical. And I just want to lift him up in this moment right now, as I have some of my, I like to call them my ancestors that are here and gone at the same time on my sweat hood that I have. The Patti LaBelle's, the Marvin Gaye's, the Gladys Knights, the Dennis Edwards, the Otis Williams, the Stevie Wonders, they all came before me and set the way, set the path, kicked down those doors so that I can come and continue lighting that flame.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm curious to know if you have a favorite role that you've ever played.
A favorite role, it would be portraying Dennis Edwards, would be my favorite role to date. I know currently right now we're doing Dreamgirls, so I truly, truly love being able to step back into this role of Jimmy Early. I've done this particular role twice before, but what I am looking forward to and what I've looked forward to is having the opportunity to now put this character, put Jimmy Early back on, but in the space that I'm currently in the space, meaning the life, the experiences that I've had when I was in my 20s when I did it, and see how now that I'm in my 30s and just live authentically through that.
Okay.
But to answer your question, it is Dennis Edwards.
Now, as I previously mentioned in my intro, Saint is a Grammy-nominated and extremely talented actor. Now, Saint, can you tell us what it was like to be Grammy-nominated and how did it feel?
I still pinch myself when I hear that attachment to my name. This weekend is actually Grammy weekend, and being a Grammy nominee and a Grammy voter, I'm just extremely grateful to have that be a part of my legacy, because it's, there's things like that you don't take for granted, because not everybody is given the opportunity to have that. So I know the prestige of what that is, but also it's something that I've truly always wanted and will continue to get some more and move and groove on that.
That's amazing. And lastly, back to Dreamgirls. How do you feel about playing Jimmy Early in Dreamgirls and coming to the North Carolina Theater?
Well, this is my first time coming to the North Carolina Theater, so I'm looking forward to feeling the energy of the people. Jimmy feels the energy of the audience. There are sections in this show where there is what we call a call and response, and that is something that I personally love about Jimmy Early. Jimmy Early is someone who has always wanted to reach for the top. He has a song called Fake Your Way to the Top, and he's gotten so close, but then there's always something that happens every time he gets up there, but he doesn't stop, even through all the things that happen to him. It's not an easy thing, but I am grateful to be able to portray this character, this complex man who, when we think about it, we know this person. We feel for this person because this person deserves to be at the top. There are a lot of people who came after him that should give him his props, but people try to take him out of his character to try to make him more palpable towards the white audience. But at the end of the day, Jimmy gotta be Jimmy.
Jimmy has to be Jimmy. Now, thank you so much, Saint, for talking with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the play.
And I look forward to seeing you when you get here.
We have been visiting with Saint Aubyn, the actor playing Jimmy Early in the play Dreamgirls. The North Carolina Theater will be presenting Dreamgirls at the Raleigh Memorial Theater, February 7th through the 12th. I'm your host, Violet Allen, and I'll see you next time on Spectacular Magazine Shorts.